Who are we?
Nobodies!
Speak for yourself.
Okay. We're Canadian filmmakers with the dream of surviving financially on the backs of our films.
Welcome to our show where we bring people along on our film journey.
Maybe we can learn a thing or two.
Maybe we can teach people a thing or two while drinking beers.
I mean, if you can't drink beers while filmmaking, what's the point?
We are Fable Forest Films, failing our way to success.
Welcome to Jurassic Park. I mean, our show. First frames first. How about it? Derek, bring us in.
Bam. We have started the show.
Welcome to episode 31.
No, I said Derek could bring us in.
Oh,
Welcome to episode 31.
That was good.
that was not a bad accent. Of First Frames First. My name is Adrian.
Jason.
Derek, a.k.a.
Demance.
D-Man.
D-Man.
He's not allowed to say it himself.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you refer to yourself in the third person?
No, only on Tuesdays.
What are you drinking today, fellas?
So we are drinking beer because we don't have liver problems.
Yes.
So yeah.
This show brought to you by water.
Brought to you by I really need to take care of my liver. So Jason is not a hugely heavy drinker. Mm-mm. We drink beers on the show, but because the connotation with having any kind of liver issues is that you're an alcoholic.
Right.
And that everyone, as soon as you're like, oh, I have a problem with my liver, everybody's like, yeah, you drink too much.
I've got some problems.
Yeah.
I've got a couple problems I'm dealing with, and every time I have to tell someone about my problem because I'm either in pain or whatever, they're like, you shouldn't be drinking. I'm like, I don't drink a lot.
Yeah.
But anyways.
He doesn't, but he is going through some liver things.
So this particular beer is brought to us from a Hamilton brewery.
Oh.
And it's called Lunch Money.
The art you see on the can is by an artist named Nicolai from Lisbon, Portugal.
So basically,
amazing.
I could take your lunch money. Welcome to First Frames First.
Crack it. So just a quick story.
Oh!
Son of a gun.
Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. So it just sprayed me with beer all over myself and my equipment and all that. That's fine.
That's okay.
That's okay.
How are we doing? Are we running out of time? Hurry up with your story. Our shows are 30 minutes now, and we cannot fuck around.
Like this is Jason telling me to hurry up. Holy crap snacks. What's the world coming to? So just in Korea, I lived above, when I was teaching English in South Korea, I lived above a music school. Okay. So I would hear them playing downstairs, and I was like, you know what? I have played guitar for a long time. I'm going to go for music lessons. So I did, and I had a fantastic young guy who was still in high school who was teaching me, and his goal was to be a jazz musician, and his name was Nayeon-chan. And then one day...
Everybody Nayeon-chan tonight. Go, keep going.
So I left South Korea and came back and moved back to South Africa and then moved around the place and ended up in Canada. And then we stayed in touch on Facebook, and he was like, I am coming to study jazz in Toronto.
Oh.
So I was like, oh, amazing. And then the one day we got him out for a St. Paddy's Day. We were celebrating St. Paddy's Day in Woodstock. He caught a bus out to Kitchener. We picked him up and took him out and got him absolutely, wasted on St. Paddy's Day in Woodstock. And everyone started calling him lunch. They couldn't say his name. So we called him Lunch Money.
What?
Okay.
I don't understand.
I was wondering where
because he was
going.
drinking lunch money beer?
No.
What?
No, this is
why.
why.
Did we
This is
call
why.
him
It was just
money?
easier to say. Lunch money instead.
Nayeon-chan.
Nayeon-chan.
Lunch Money.
I would have just called him Sal Pie. Hey, well, I'll try one. You see him, man.
Is that
I'll
your...
try one. Damn it, you're lunch money.
So I have one more funny story. It's not mine to tell, but I'm going to tell it anyway.
Well, hurry up, because we're running out of time.
Yes,
this is, by the way, this is our indie film podcasting or indie film journey.
Yeah.
And we like to sit down every couple weeks, talk about what we're doing, obviously share some stories and jokes and stuff.
So just to bring us back around before you do that, our goal is to map our journey to a point where, and our dream is to be able to make money, to make a living, earn a living on the films that we make,
Yes.
on our films.
Right.
So that's our goal, and this is our journey.
Yeah. So, anyways, I want to get back
Welcome
to. I heard this story, and I'm not gonna say who it was because it will be embarrassing for that person. But
His name started with
no,
the letter
I'm not
F.
gonna divulge. I'm not gonna divulge male or female. I'm not gonna divulge anything.
Female.
But your Korean accent there
Yeah.
sparked the memory. So what happened was this particular person went in for a read for a part in a TV show, and it was a successful TV show in Canada, and so the person got the
role?
the scene ahead of time.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Oh.
They're coming in prepared to deliver. Okay, so the person gets in front of the people that they're doing the audition for, and the lines are. It's kind of a tech firm, is what the role was. And the line says, in the middle of it, Chinese, Chinese, Chinese. Okay? In the line. And so the person came in and was delivering the line and then switched to a fake Chinese accent and was like, ping pong, ping pong, ping pong, ping pong. And everybody's faces were like... And then that person... did not
Get the role.
Nor did they get called back. What they found out later was that if you had read the rest of the scene, it was the person taking like food orders, and the person was like Chinese, 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 da 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 da.
In the background.
Like it was the words were actually Chinese, and that was what the person was supposed to say. And
Not
instead,
just throw out some random Chinese.
yeah.
Some random Chinese accent.
So anywho. That was it was a funny and embarrassing story for the person.
Poor person.
Yeah. Anyways.
So, today,
Yes.
in this episode, we'd like to talk about a little bit about Derek's experience on Shifted, which is our horror thriller film that we've just done. The primary chunk of the shooting is done.
Yeah.
We still have about 15% that we need to shoot with our monsters and creatures, which we need to like sort of. We need to get the talent in the room who's going to make the monsters,
Right.
and make them amazing.
Some creating to be done.
Yeah, and then we need to shoot those scenes with our monsters that kind of get.
So it's going to be
house.
major. It's going to be major work.
Yeah.
But not a lot of the
Yes.
major work.
So it's probably about 15% left of the movie, I would say, that we need to shoot. And while we have Derek, he was one of our leads in the film, and so we could talk about that a little bit and where Shifted is, and
Yeah. Now listen. No spoilers.
No.
Just throwing it out there.
No.
very important.
And this was a question I was just going to ask. When you guys spoke of this before,
Yeah.
did you talk about how the original idea with scripts and stuff like that went?
We have touched on it, yeah.
Yeah, the fact that because the neat thing about this show is that people have been, or at least had the opportunity to kind of follow us along from when we first started talking about the idea. Remember, we had you come in, we just batted the idea around. We had Mike come in, we batted the idea around a little. We actually sat down. We had a show with one of our concept artists. Remember,
Yeah,
we talked
that's
about
right.
kind of the ideas around the monster and designing that sort of stuff. And we had some photos online. And then, even just kind of as we progressed through the filming, people have gotten to hear that it was difficult. We went from not really scripted, no real plan. We were just going to do a beat sheet with the general idea of the scenes to a mad scramble to put something together. To the fact that I don't know if we really talked about it, but that's just not a way that we want to work.
Yeah, and
this was great.
We will likely not work like that again, where we're not. Just because I think you need to have experienced improv actors,
Right.
who know how to do it.
Right. Even at that, though, if they're improvising away and it's still not developing into something that you've envisioned,
Yeah,
Right.
It needs to
then
needs
it's
to
not
move
gonna
in.
work.
It needs to move in the
And
direction.
that became the
Yeah.
issue, essentially.
And the tipping point for me was when we were gearing up and getting ready to shoot the movie.
Yeah.
I thought to myself about you want to open up for that magic, but are majority of the actors going to be able to come up with an amazing line on the spot better than a line that we would predetermine
And craft a
and
little.
craft and think about, and like,
Yeah.
are they going to do a better job than we will do? And
Right.
like, so we wanted to keep it open for like interpretation, but we kind of wanted to, we're trying to get the best of both
So
worlds.
basically, what happened was you did end up scripting majority of it.
Majority,
which
yeah.
on the spot basically too, which was rather impressive. And then we still had that freedom to build on top.
We did, and
Which
we did
worked
open
well.
it. We did open it up so
Yeah.
that people could like
You know,
Yeah.
do whatever.
We just kind of add a little something, or take away a little something, or discuss feelings about
That's
something.
right. We did
And
workshop each scene.
both of you were very open to people's suggestions, the actors' suggestions on what they might want to try or do, and it seemed to work.
Yeah, it did.
I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I can't wait to dive right back into the son of a bitch.
I will say though that I think no matter what we do, I think even if we do had a fully scripted something, unless there's a really specific reason why we need a line to be a certain way or a certain delivery to be a certain way because we know something, we'd be very open anyways, right? Because as we workshop, sometimes we think something sounds amazing, but
It sounds caca.
it doesn't sound right when
Yeah.
the actors start talking about it, and then when we hear it out loud and we hear you guys talking, we're like, okay, yeah, let's. And a lot of times we were like scratching things out and changing a line or whatever, but we kind of made room for that in this one. But I still think we would do it no matter what, even if we had a fully blown out script. But I think fully blown out scripts is where we're going from now on.
Yeah, I just because I think you want to craft the art of the film. You want to make sure that you, like, I understand that the pleasure was just putting some people in a room and then just shooting, but I feel like the craftsmanship of making a film should be deeper than that.
For sure.
You should plan your shots to say it, not only tell the story,
Yeah.
but talk about the themes and the way that you frame, and
So maybe-
that takes time and that takes strategy.
Well,
Maybe the mistake here was this particular genre is not necessarily something that you just ad lib.
Yeah,
or
and
improvise.
I think it works better for comedy.
Yeah, but I'll say, I don't think that it was a mistake. We did it on purpose.
Yeah.
And I think that if anything, this one was just a step to the next thing. Even though we're taking this one very seriously, it's our biggest budget to date. Everyone has amped up their game, cast and crew, and it's going to be amazing. But we did go into this one with kind of an understanding that it wasn't what we're hoping. Like, it wasn't designed in such a way that we're hoping for the future, right?
Yeah.
If
Yes.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? We didn't craft this one, and we knew we weren't
Yeah,
going in.
and I feel like that we also needed to be unstuck,
Yes.
because from my perspective, at this current point, I'm like I will work a script and work a script and work a script, and we just needed to make a movie.
Right.
We didn't need because we're getting into like 3 movies. My feeling is that we got to make the thing. We got to make something that's gonna do something amazing.
Yeah.
So there's the pressure to make an amazing movie now that we're getting this many movies in, is making me work on a script maybe too much.
Right.
So we needed this movie to be this way.
Yeah.
So that we could like surge ahead and
what
just make a thing.
What I love is, we did Huntsville Muse, right? And I think that unstuck us. I think it was great. And if you remember, we were going to actually push that back. Remember, we got up to it. There was some things going on in life, and we were going to push that
Huntsville?
back. Yeah,
We were gonna push Shifted back.
we were going to push Huntsville Muse back. We were going to push Shifted back. But we were just like, no, you know what? Plow through. We finished Huntsville Muse, and it's great.
Yeah.
And we'll see. Right now, it's in festival runnings. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Maybe should I mention who we got turned down for?
Yeah.
Should I say?
Sure. It's no big surprise.
We got turned down for cans.
Nice.
But they sent us a very lovely letter. So
I said no.
they were like, French though. So it was no.
No.
with an extra N at the
Yeah.
end.
The pod, the movie.
So yeah, we're in some running, so we'll see what happens through the course of the year. But we can't wait for everybody to see that. Actually, if you're watching this show, you're kind of a super fan of ours, anyways. So go to our website, thefableforest.com, sign up for our newsletter, and we will send you a link that actually has the private screener for My Huntsville
And
Muse.
then
So
you can watch
it.
My Huntsville Muse.
Yeah.
Boom.
And you boys have also been keeping very busy with yet another project.
Let's talk about that next time.
Yes, we're going to talk about that next show.
Are we?
Yeah. Yeah.
This show, we're talking about your experience on Shifted.
Yep.
You guys.
I am special.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we're talking about your experience on Shifted, and then I would also like to just talk a little bit about marketing and a genius marketing strategy that is
I'm still dancing.
Don't stop.
never stop dancing.
16 more minutes of me dancing.
Boom.
And
No,
these
no,
are
I think we're running out. We're only 12 more minutes. Okay, go.
No.
Oh, amazing.
14.43.
Oh, do we have questions?
Oh yeah, they're right behind you.
Amazing. So tell us a little bit about it from an actor's perspective coming in. Like we all descended on a house. Everybody was at the house. We were shooting the movie. What was it like? What was it like from your perspective?
There was a whole lot of acceptance right off the get-go, which I thought was fantastic. A couple of familiar faces and then some new faces, and everybody excited to dive into this project, talking about this and that. Oh, hi, I'm so-and-so, and I'll be playing. And, it was wonderful. And seeing these new, fresh faces was great. Seeing the faces I'm familiar with Zach come walking in was fantastic. And then working with Mike, it was awesome. And I loved it. We all dove right in. And everybody was just giving 100%, which was fantastic. And I thoroughly enjoyed that. And that, I think it fueled each individual to do better from their own perspective as well, because they were seeing what was being delivered on a whole from everyone else.
Raise the game.
Yeah, raise the game, absolutely.
If one person throws down really hard, it gives the other people permission, the other actors permission
to
give
give a
it.
shit.
Yeah.
And then the set decking that was happening in the home was fantastic. We're looking at this on the monitors and going, oh shit. I'm standing in this room thinking, it looks kind of cool. And then I look on the monitor.
Yeah.
Fuck me, man. That looks pretty serious. Let's do some acting in this bitch right now.
Yeah, let's get into the scene. So what scene in particular are you remembering when you think that scene?
Of the scene?
Yeah, where you were
the
like
chandelier in the kitchen.
Yeah, in the amazing, hey?
It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
It looks stunning.
I know, and we purposely the film was lit by Michael Malco.
Yes.
And we kept the film very dark.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the power is out. There is no power. And with that very silhouette-y kind of feeling, very oppressive, heavy,
The
dark,
smoke in the
light,
room.
smoke,
Like lots of mist and smoke kind of through the house.
So also, just so people understand,
Right.
you don't like it doesn't look like smoke. It's just like a haze that is in the air. So you smoke up a room. It's just to like fill that empty space with a little bit of texture, which makes it more of a claustrophobic feeling.
Yeah.
It's not
You
quite.
gotta wave it away. Like it
Yeah.
can't look like
It
there's
doesn't look
smoke.
like smoke. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But any light that is casting from somewhere or whatever,
Right.
just
Looks like a little bit of dust.
eerily comes through, and it's
you
beautiful.
you see it. You're putting something in the air that the light can bounce off of.
Yeah. The guys
But I
really
also,
did. The guys really did a good job taking large lights and putting them outside and having kind of it look like moonlight or even
Daylight.
daylight when we
Yeah.
were shooting at night with giant. I don't even know what they're called, but
Yeah, they were using some
you're supposed
super
to.
lights. For
This
sure.
is when you're supposed to jump in and be like, they were
I'm trying to remember the. I'm trying to remember the light and
big lights.
if you and just to push, you could go to Cinema Hack on YouTube, and Michael Malco he does lighting breakdowns of his work, and he will be using. He has asked me to send him a couple of frames, but it's a new lighting system that he bought.
300 something or another.
Yeah, the D300s. Yeah. But anyway, Cinema Hack is Michael Malco, and he'll be.
And this is why we weren't doing it.
It's all LED stuff too, isn't it?
No. This is an affordable HMI or like 5600 color balance.
Oh, okay.
So just to get a little bit technical, like you can get a redhead, which will give you a great yellow light, but it's tungsten colored, so it's colored yellow. so that is one kind of light that you can get, and it gets, as soon as you want to go to 5600 or daylight color temperature, it gets really expensive.
Okay.
And Arri used to make those lights, and yeah, you'd be paying out the ass if you want a light that's a feasible size that's going to be 5600. But he has these new lights which these guys have made, and we'll find the name and we'll put them hopefully in the show notes maybe.
Sure.
And it is a manageable size. It's on a dimmer already, which is a big deal. You can change the intensity of the light, and it's HMI, which means, or it's 5600 color temperature, which means that you've got a nice color. You've got a daylight color.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked.
So it's
The other
amazing.
thing we got to play around with in this movie, being horror, was the blood.
Horror.
Horror.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
It's sticky.
How is that?
But we saw the difference between a common stage blood
Right.
and then the serious blood,
Right.
which happened to be $500 a gallon. And this blood was gorgeous.
Oh, was it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was some good blood. Lovely blood.
The stuff that we had.
No.
Oh.
Ours is not $500 a gallon.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No, the stuff that
Tabitha had.
Tabitha brought. She brought the good stuff. And that
Yeah.
was some beautiful blood. Which comes out of all clothing and carpentry and anything like that.
Yes.
The other stuff all full of
Well, the stuff that we
corn
had,
syrup and all that.
the
jazz
stuff
and
that we
whatnot.
had comes out of clothes also.
Well, the thing is,
It could stain though, I thought.
not our stuff,
No.
but
No.
if you're making your homemade blood
Right.
and you're throwing red food dye,
There you go.
you're gonna
Now
be
you're
hooped.
screwed.
You're gonna stain.
Yeah, the
bricks
stuff
and
we
grout
had
and-
was actually cool. It also tastes like chocolate mint, so you can put it in your mouth
Oh, yummy.
and like, because I actually used that exact same stuff when I did the
When you ate dessert.
Hair Sapien short film that I
Okay,
did,
yeah.
and I was like, and it was coming out of my mouth when I was doing my death sputtle.
Yeah.
Horror.
Sputtle.
Horror.
So tell us about your favorite scene, without giving anything away. You
Yeah,
can't.
that might be a little difficult.
Oh, to not give anything away
Yeah,
in
that's-
terms of the
it's tough.
story.
Yeah.
Or talk about a memorable scene.
A memorable scene to watch was
Yeah.
one of the very opening scenes with yourself.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, when you die.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. That was a
Yeah.
memorable scene.
Absolutely.
Why?
But, well, one, what the fans don't see is what we had to go through to allow you to do said scene.
Yeah,
Right.
give the people a little bit of
There's a bit of a danger factor there that happens
Oh.
sometimes, and you kind of do what you need to do to make the film happen,
Sure.
to make the scene happen.
Yeah.
Well,
And
Everyone's
it was,
like,
it was interesting because
shouldn't be doing this.
yeah,
No good. You're like, just get out of the way.
what we wanted to do was and you guys are gonna see it, but I don't know, maybe it'll go in the trailer, who knows? But Adrian's face comes up to the window, and then he slowly turns, and then gets yanked away, right? And originally we were trying to figure out how to do this. We were like, should we pick
get
him
three
up?
of us, kinda
We're gonna pick
turn
him up,
him.
and we're just gonna spin him. And then I was like, what if we stood you on a green screen straight up, and we filmed down, and you were like, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, that's stupid. You're an idiot. So that's fine.
I literally said that.
I know. Thanks.
I love you,
And
but you're an
I'm
idiot.
just trying to come up with creative solutions.
Yeah. No. So eventually, because in my mind, someone would just, we'd get a line of guys, lift me up, turn me over.
Yeah.
Not a big deal. That's what I thought.
Right.
It became a big deal when everybody was like, what are you talking about? We can't just lift you up and turn you over. I'm still not convinced. But what we did was, to appease the folks is that we put two plastic tables on top of each other.
Yeah.
And put them right up against the window. So I was able to spread my weight and lay on top of the plastic tables and then rotate myself in the window.
It was safe. We held them down with sandbags. We had spotters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great.
But had the
fun.
tables given way, he was going down a flight of stairs.
Yes. And he was going to be dead.
You
See,
might,
I didn't.
you might have been broken a little bit.
No. Come on. If the tables they wouldn't just collapse and become nothing so that I would hit the ground. They would kind of fold and crumple me slowly to the ground.
It was also enjoyable to be doing our actor expressions and reactions to your said dying.
Yeah.
And Adrian just off to the side going, oh, 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 and we're just going, oh, oh, oh,
Yeah.
trying not to laugh.
Yeah, I know. Everybody was trying not to laugh while I was getting.
Sorry,
Yeah.
had to do that.
We have to do that again.
Yeah.
That scene?
Yeah. Not
Oh.
me. Just you guys. Just the reaction shots of the group in the house.
But we nailed it.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did.
Why do we have to do it again?
It's technical. When I look at the shots, like, so it's just a
Did
really
it go
dumb
too
thing.
fisheye?
Yes. So we used a wide angle lens, and the thing is that right at one
Some
point,
heads are bending.
yeah. So we have some in the corner of the wide angle lens. We have some heads bending, and this is why and it's because it's the opening introduction.
You know we brought a actress back out from Toronto for that one shot, right?
Yeah, but we've got her doing the other stuff that she needs
We're
to
gonna
do.
be okay. Okay, cool.
But like, so the thing is,
I hope she's watching.
because this is the opening introduction to the group,
Yeah.
we can't have bendy. We can't. It has to be a perfect frame. And I don't understand why I didn't say to Michael Malco, because his back was right up against the door.
Right. Open the door.
Step out of the door, and then we can do the slow. We can get everybody framed up nicely, and we can do the slow push in, which is exactly what we need to do. So that was my fault for not realizing that sooner, and
Okay,
we're
bring
going to
up-
do that.
Bring out those cards. Here's what we're gonna do. By the way, Aperture 300D
Aperture 300D is the light company.
is the name of the light.
Yeah, amazing.
So check that out.
So yes, check out Aperture 300D, and these lights. He's been using these lights in the field, not only on the movie but also in the documentary series that we've been shooting, and he loves them. He loves these lights, and these are good lights. They are pretty.
So much so that if he wasn't already married, he'd probably marry them.
Oh. Thank you.
Here we go. We're gonna do two each.
Good.
Oh, here we go. It's trivia time. On First Friends First, the trivia game show where no one knows the answers to film trivia because we don't know anything about movies. Here we go. D-Man, we're reading question number 2.
Take us away.
Question number 2.
Question
Take us
number
away,
2.
Poopsie.
Oh, well, somebody's going to know this one.
Oh, good. I hope it's me.
This is too easy.
You're in it.
yes.
You're in it. So you can
You also
the
get to
question
answer,
too.
but give us
Did you look at the answer?
No, I'm looking at the question
All
and
right.
going, son of a bitch.
But give us a
Son
second.
of a bitch.
Who severs Luke Skywalker's arm in The Empire Strikes
Darth
Back?
Vader.
Darth Vader.
Come on. We're all gonna get that.
We're going to
Yeah.
check it.
Come on.
We're just still.
No, it's Vader Darth.
Oh, nice.
We're all still on 0.
Okay, yeah.
Told you it was too damn easy.
Yeah.
What did the title 5 Easy Pieces refer to? I'm going to say chess. A chess game. Something to do with chess.
I'm gonna say
A puzzle.
a robbery.
Piano pieces.
Damn it.
No one gets it.
We're still at zeros. Here we go. What director said, "I don't believe John Wayne ever went to war"?
Stanley Kubrick.
Next question.
Spielberg.
Come on. Oh.
Oliver Stone. Okay, you're up. You're up, D-Man.
Question number 2. What Los Angeles facility hosted the Oscars from 1969 to 1987?
The
Grauman's Chinese Theater.
damn it! The Chinese theater. That's what I was going to
Chinese
say.
Theater?
Grauman's.
I was going to say the Chinese
Is
theater.
it Man's Chinese Theater?
No.
I said Chinese theater.
The Dorothy Chandler Pavilion.
So that is a negative.
Nobody gets
The 1986 sequel to The Hustler won Paul Newman an Oscar. What?
The Color of Money.
Sorry, what 1986 sequel to The Hustler won Paul Newman an Oscar for Best Actor?
Color of Money.
Yes.
You had no
Not
clue.
a clue.
Yeah, I mean the color of money. The color of money.
Is it?
Yes!
What a piece of shit.
1-0. Here we go. What film stars Paul Newman as the son of a Texas rancher?
The Hustler.
Oh my God. that'd
Walker,
be amazing.
Texas Ranger.
HUD.
HUD.
HUD?
I don't know.
Everyone, I am the wiener.
You are the
You're a
winner. Thank you very much.
What the
How much
hell
time do we have left? Come on. We got to go.
We have 45 seconds.
One more story about Shifted
Something about Shifted
before
that
we
you...
shut down.
Oh man, there was on to our final day of our particular shoot the night before.
Yeah.
A handful of the actors decided to stick around and do a bit of drinking.
Oh.
And man, were they a little green and napping on every couch they could find in your house. And it was, okay, it's time back, guys. Okay, we're coming.
You know what? At the end of every night, we had a little sip of scotch.
Yeah, there was
a little bit of celebration. It was great.
They were long
days.
Long
Long
days.
days. So when we were done, we
Very
were like, okay, here we go. We're almost wrapped up. But on that particular night, we were all sitting around the table and we were having fun. We had a couple drinks. People were laughing. We were telling stories. Finally, the majority of us were like, well, we gotta...
It's time to go.
It's time to go.
Yeah.
And a couple of them, like you said, they tied it on for a long while.
They did. They drank that wine because...
And that adds to the camaraderie of everything. Like people enjoy it.
These were two actors who had never known each other.
Yeah.
Prior to our film set, and they got along like best friends. They were doing scenes.
Yeah,
with each other.
And I will say that's one of the best byproducts that you, from a film, especially when you kind of bring it together, make a film happen.
Yeah.
And you see two people whose relationship from that point blossoms into something that's like they become friends, and they're friends. Like from Greenhouse, Cassandra and Zach, for years, would go and do things together. They became really good friends.
Yeah, that's great.
Which is it's amazing.
And there was an age difference there too, and yet still that just didn't matter. They had so many things in common.
Yeah,
right.
This is now we're talking about Victoria and Zach Parsons. Victoria Dunsmore.
Yes.
And Zach Parsons, who were during the filming of the movie, people would come up to them and be like, "How long have you guys known each other?" And they were like, "Oh, we just met."
And they were having accent battles.
Yes, it was amazing. They'd take some random scene from another movie and just start accent battling each other. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was good.
These guys were great. Everybody was great.
Yeah.
And we'll have a bunch more podcasts, I'm sure, where we talk about Shifted.
Being a part of films is an amazing thing.
Mm-hmm. And I do think that these films on this scale have a personal touch.
Absolutely.
Because it's not just a job. It's a bunch of dream makers who are all getting together and trying to make a thing happen. So there is a certain personal touch, you know what I mean?
So, continue to
dream big,
work hard.
Bye guys.
See you guys.
Thanks.
Never neglect your nipples.
Thanks for watching
First Frames First.
Yes, First Frames First. Thank you, Jason.
Welcome.
If you enjoyed, head over to our website, www.thefableforest.com. Check out our films and sign up for our newsletter where we will send you exclusive content.
Hit us up on our socials, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, always at The Fable Forest. And share our show with your friends. It'll really help us out a lot.
Dream big.
Work hard.